Hey everybody, it's Jan Erickson from Stepping Aside, and I just finished doing Somewhat Daily Tarot and Rune. I'm going to look at it and then I'm going to post it over there at Stepping Aside. Click the link in my bio if you're watching this on Instagram, and that it'll take you over there. Also, the correspondences and astrological information, as I'm going to watch the video here, I proof it before I publish it, basically. And so anyway, while I'm doing that, I'll do the correspondences and astrological information. So if you're working magic, you know, today's a Jupiter day. Things are pretty expansive. We'll see how all that goes. I haven't looked at the astrology yet. Moon's in Taurus. We're waning. Tomorrow is a new moon. So we're kind of in the triple phase of it today, tomorrow, and the next day if you want to do something that way. You know, setting intentions or doing some crone magic or something. If you'd like to do some more darker forms of magic, you can do that during this time. Not in terms of something really negative, but if you had to do a binding or something like that, you know, this would be the time to do that. But I like to take this time to just sort of align and and reach out energetically and just take the temperature of things. Just to see where things are energetically and to see what really needs to happen over the next month, lunar month anyway. So, you know, however whatever you do on the new moon, you do you. So we all just kind of make our own minds up which is due as to what that looks like. So if you're in a coven, then you're probably going to do something coven related. I don't know how you're doing that. I don't know if you're doing it virtually or if you're just staying apart with one another. But I hope if you are, then you're continuing to remain safe. Witches are usually pretty savvy about these things, and we're not given to flights of fancy or delusion in any respect. So we like things to be where they are. We want to know, and we're going to follow the rules. I would be certain of that. I don't know that, but I'm pretty certain of that. So I don't know. This witch is, though. So in any event, put your bubble of light around you as well. And this is also a vampiric time with energy. So empathic folks like me, you're going to have to shield, and you're going to have to really just keep your focus to yourself. A lot of emotion is going on right now, a lot of will. We talked about that in today's reading. Temperance was in the reading, and so check out the Somewhat Daily Tarot and Rune for that, and kind of get an idea of what that's all about. You know, whenever we have issues with will and emotion, you know, that's ego, and we need to be transmuting that. You know, spirit needs to transmute ego. Ego's never going to reach it on its own. So in any event, I guess that's it. Oh, I don't know if I told you this, I did a piece for Medium yesterday on vote. It's called Voting by Mail. We have that in Oregon. We've had it for like 22 years. I vote for my chair, okay? We had our primary on the 19th. We already had our ballots in. We voted in our living room. We walked it up. We looked to the mailbox. We looked at flowers and tree flowers, and my hawthorns are blooming. I have this intense pink one. It's just gorgeous. Most hawthorn I have are white, but I have a few that have become pink, and one is just incredible. It's almost like a salmon pink. It's just gorgeous. But anyway, it's up the driveway, and so, you know, we're walking the ballots up and talking and looking at everything. And it was just a delightful experience. Now, we could have taken it up to the post office and dropped it in the mailbox. We could have done that. But then I would have had to take my alcohol solution and spray the air and everything. I don't know. I'm not going to do that. So we just put it in the mailbox and we voted. No voter fraud. It's easy. Not illegal. No matter what what's-his-name says, that's BS, folks. All of it. Nothing illegal about voting by mail. Nothing. We've all had absentee ballots. Every state has absentee ballots. Veterans, military people, all vote by mail. Well, not necessarily veterans, unless you live in Oregon or other states where you have vote by mail. This is something the whole country should be doing. It deals with the whole issue of work issues where you can't get to the polls. It deals with people that are disabled and can't get to the polls. It deals with the hackable voting machines. Yeah, no, vote by mail is the way of the future. I think that once we do this, I think people are going to love it. I think they're going to say, gosh, we should have done this a long, long time ago. And so in any event, I wrote about that. If you want to find out what I think about it or what we did about it here, we also last year did Motor Voter, where you're automatically, when you renew your driver's license, you're registered. Or you establish a driver's license, you get one if you move in here to Oregon, you are already on the voter rolls. Now, if you want to, I guess, I'm assuming you're just listed as no party affiliation, or maybe once you're there, they give you the web address to go in and if you want to change it to whatever you want, then you can do it then. But the point is you're on the rolls. And so you can vote. You'll get a ballot. That way you get a ballot, okay? And so at some point you can decide if you want to choose a party or not. We were no party affiliation until 2008, and we wanted to vote for Barack Obama. So we became Democrats. We always voted Democratic anyway. So we thought, well, let's commit. So we did. I don't know how I feel about that personally. I could have probably done without it. But the point is that it was a symbol. Our whole family did it. Our whole family, the boys were the first time they voted for a president. We all voted for him. So it was just cool, first black president, a really cool guy. He turned out to be a really great president. So I don't, and I know some people heads are going to explode when I say that because you don't agree. Well, that's fine. You don't have to, but I can think whatever I want, just like you can. So, let it go. It's just what I think. I like the guy. I miss him. It was nice to see him on Saturday on that video, talking to everybody who was graduating. It was like, wow, thank you. I cried through the whole thing. So anyway, so weird, my grandmother, my mother's mother, she was from Ireland. She came here with a handful of her family in the early 1900s and settled in this country. And I remember when I went there one time, this was before she passed, I noticed she had a picture of John F. Kennedy on the wall. Well, my grandmother was Roman Catholic, and so was JFK. And so all the Catholics, especially the women, it was not uncommon, evidently, for them to have his picture up. Well, she still had it up. He was long gone, he had been killed already. And, this was, I think I was a teenager at this point. And so, so this is in the 70s, right? But she still got that up there. And I said something to my mom, and she's like, oh, yeah, no. It's the Roman Catholic thing, honey. She loves this man. So I kind of feel like I understand her now. So anyway, I don't have his picture up, but still, I think about him and I wish that we had somebody like him now. So and so hopefully, in November that will all change and we'll have someone like him again. So anyway, thanks so much for watching and checking out my work. I really appreciate it. Again, I write over on Medium. I write on my blog at steppingaside at imsteppingaside.com. I do some stuff over on Patreon, but that's a paid thing. So if you want to follow me there, otherwise all you can see is the stuff I publish to the public. Otherwise you'll have to, sign up for some kind of donation or something. I don't have any tiers set up, so you'll have to set up that. It can be monthly, it can be yearly, it can just happen one time for a month if there's something you want to read. That you can't see otherwise, or of a video series I'm doing or something, then you can do that. And it doesn't have to be a commitment, or anything like that. That's what's nice about Patreon. They give you that option to either commit to something or just, do it as you go. Even if you chose a tier, you could still do it as you go. You could do 1 month at a time. 1 month you liked something, you might want to see it, and maybe the next couple of months there's nothing that really interests you. You're not interested in anything, so you don't do it those months. And so from what I can tell, that's what some people do for some of the folks over there. So in any event, I just do it, to defray blog costs. So it's not to actually earn income, because that's not really, what it's really designed to do. So in any event, it's just to get my work out there. That's all. So on different platforms. So anyway, I guess that's it. I keep saying that. I keep trying to close and then I remember something else. But anyhow, take care of yourselves today. Stay home if you can. If you don't, please protect yourself and others in the process. When you go out, wear a mask, wear gloves, do whatever you got to do to stay safe and stay alive, and be here tomorrow. So anyway, have a wonderful weekend and be good to yourself, be good to one another, and blessed be.